Hello and welcome back. In this video we're going to be looking at how to calculate pips. Most of what we do as traders, the sole reason we trade forex is actually to catch as much pips as we can. So in this video we're going to be looking at how exactly to calculate how many pips we've caught, how many pips we've made, and there are two ways to go about this. However, let's go on our MT4 platform to see the first way to go about this. Okay, so the very first way and the easiest way to go about calculating pips is to use the crosshair tool. So to access the crosshair tool on your PC keyboard, you could either use Ctrl F, or on your MetaTrader you look for the icon that looks like a plus sign, which is this icon over here. If you hover your mouse across it, you see crosshair written on it. So what you do is you left click and select it. Now what you realize is selecting the crosshair, your mouse immediately turns to a sort of a plus sign, and wherever your mouse goes on your chart, it looks like the plus keeps following you. So one of the things the crosshair does is it tells you the date as at the particular time where you are on. It tells you the price as at wherever your mouse is. It helps you know the pip as at where you are, or even calculates the pip from point A to your point B. It also helps you know the estimated amount of candles that takes price from your point A to your point B. However, you want to be very careful while you are in the crosshair mode. If you left click once more, the crosshair disappears. So let me try that. Let me left click, and that's it. The crosshair has disappeared. So what I do once again is to select the crosshair tool. So now if we need to use it to calculate, what we then do is you go from our point A, you left click, and then you hold the button down. So on your mouse you left click and hold it down, and then you drag the crosshair or the mouse to your selected or to your preferable point B. Now in this scenario, we can see the crosshair has about three sets of figures. We have 6, we have 2801, and we have 1.09545. So what 6 means is that's the number of estimated candles it took price to go from our point A to our point B. 2801 is actually the pip we're interested in. However, we ignore the last figure, making the pip 280. 1 is a pipette, that is why we ignore it. And then the last figure is 1.09545. So that is price as at where our crosshair is right now. And then if you look at the extreme base of the crosshair tool, that's the lower corner, we can see 2020 0316 and then 12 o'clock. So what that tells us is that is the time as at the starting point of our crosshair, and then to the extreme right we can see 1.12346. so that is also the starting point of our crosshair tool. So basically this crosshair tool tells you the time as at your starting point, price as at your starting point, price as at your ending point, the number of pips, and estimated number of candles. So in this case 280, that is the number of pips it took us from 1.12346 to get to 1.09545. So that is the easiest way to calculate pips using the crosshair tool. Let me look for another example. So once again I click the crosshair tool, and then from this low up to this high I left click and drag it, and in this case the estimated number of candles that took price from my point A to my point B are 3 candles with a pip count of about 176 pips, and my price as at my point B is 1.08306, and my starting point, the date and the time as at my starting point is 2020 March 19th, and by 8 o'clock that's 20:00. So that is how the crosshair tool works. So the alternative now would be to do it manually, which involves subtraction of the price level as at your point A to your point B. So let's try this. Let me bring up the calculator, and then let's subtract 1.12351 1.12351 minus 1.09573, and our answer is 2778 pips. So remember, we ignored the last figure, so that means the pip count in this case now becomes 277. And then when you are calculating pip manually, you should always subtract. You never add, you always subtract if you want to know the pip count from level 1 to or from your point A to your point B. So let's verify if the crosshair is also going to tell us the same thing. So using the crosshair tool, our point A is 1.12351, and then our point B is 1.09573. So it's approximately the same figure, in this case 277. So that is exactly how it works. So in calculating pips, the easiest and the fastest way is to use the crosshair tool. However, if you're finding it difficult doing that, or probably if you're on your mobile, then you might want to just do it manually by subtracting the price level as at your point A from your point B.